it seems, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I've got two pros on the stage right now, but I've always heard that like daytime soaps, you have to memorize so many lines of dialogue every day, that it's like the hardest acting job you can have. So is it coming to this web series, is it kind of like a vacation? Is it easier for them?
No, we shoot very fast.
You do?
We do. I'm not giving them any. There's no break here. You know, we shoot it like a film, so we have a long. The setup takes a while, and the scenes might be 3 pages long, but so they have a little more time to learn their lines. But we might shoot. I think going into Venice season 4, we're shooting about 18 pages a day. With season 3, we're shooting 35 pages a day. So I really.
How many hours a day is that?
That was a long.
All of them?
25. And they still came back. But I've tried to make it easier on them, so we'll see. It's an experiment.
Yeah.
I have a question for both you and Krista. How is it to be a woman in the internet game? I know it's very aggressive, and you're dealing with, as we were speaking a little bit before, people who are into, again, gaming and kind of intense competitive competition for eyeballs. How is that to be a woman in that game?
I'll answer that one because I'm a techie. What we found is that it's a little bit like, has anybody ever had to try to hook up a television antenna? And you go to Radio Shack, you buy the TV, and the guy stands there and goes, you have no idea what you're doing. When we deal with the streaming companies and the payment gateway companies, we actually got that, because there's, what, 5 of us? 5 women in the background who do all this, and yeah, we got a lot of the whole, there's no way you could know how this works. And we're going, no, we actually do know how it works. That's why we're asking you these questions. We're not just going to take your word for it. So that's what we found on the technical side of it. I don't know about we didn't really find out on the production side of it.
I think just generally speaking, we got a lot of, let us talk you through it, and like we're naive, we don't know business, and she sells like billions of dollars of ads every year on that broadcast television. But the technical part of it was definitely something that we had to learn because it's ever changing. There's always some new software. There's always something that pops up. We just started with our company in Israel is dissolving, and a second layer gateway issue that we're dealing with now. And everything costs money. It's a very expensive thing to do. My base costs for season 1, just my base cost was $36,000. That's just streaming. That's not production. That's just for the end. It's an annual cost. That's just a base cost for Venice, and then everything on top of that is production. And when you're dealing with LA County, I'm old. That's right. The permits, the insurance. We do everything by the book. We got a signatory with the unions. The unions were fun to figure out. They were loads of fun. We got a lot of condescending emails, and like we're trying to screw them over. It's like, no, I'm happy to put the ampersand instead of the and. I just don't know the difference. That's all. It's one of those things where you just sort of bite your tongue. You go, yes, ma'am. Please tell me what it is I need to do to make this right. And it's been a great education over the course of 3 years. And now I think they trust that we're not trying to get away with anything. We really want to take care of their directors, and we want to take care of their actors and writers. And so our relationship is good now. But it was 3 years, basically, we talk to you like you're an idiot. And that's by other women, too. That's not just by women. It's like, oh, okay. But I think that's because I'm an actor. I think it was less about being a female and more about being an actress.
I have a question.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, can I introduce the question asker? This is Miss Mink Stoll.
I'm special. I wanted to know if the fact that people are now starting to watch things online more, like Netflix and Hulu Plus, if that's having any effect on what the length of your show can be, on what the length of what people are able to watch your episodes.
I know that I have 2 kids, a 12 and a 9-year-old, and they spend most of their time on Netflix and Hulu. And we have a smart TV, so we watch everything, there, pull it off YouTube. I definitely think it's helping. Those kinds of shows being made is helping helping people to say online. And the quality, I think, is good. It's really how you shoot it. It's what you shoot. I was so concerned that I was going to get here and those little pixels were just going to go, I'm not expanding, I'm not expanding. You're just going to see this really crap picture. But there were areas where I would adjust. There was a glare in that one scene, which wasn't there online. So it's one of those things where I make a mental note and I go, okay, well, I need to see what that is and see what's happening with those cameras so that we can fix it next time.
I think the lame issue comes because people are watching it at work. I think because it's accessible everywhere. You guys are all watching it at work.
No.
So what happens is, and what we found
Can't get
is
it.
that I think that people are watching it on their phones, mobile is very big, and so
I
they're
gotta
watching
say
10
that.
minutes at a
I can't
time
do it.
because they might be sitting on a bus or they might be sitting on a train. And that's really why they're stopping. They're not stopping because they don't like it or because they're disinterested. They're stopping because that's their few minutes of downtime, and they choose to use their downtime and watch us, which is a big compliment, I think.
Cindy, you've got the roving microphone. If you've got a question, would you please raise your hand and Cindy is going to come to you and then she'll tell us.
Oh, I've got it. I got up at 3 in the morning, I'll try to make this clear. I'm interested in the characters because, Nadia Bjorlund and Beth Macon and so many of them I've watched. I mean, I'm 73 years old, I've been watching or listening on the radio back in life since I was 3. So I've been into soaps a long time. But I love the way they develop these characters. They're so different, than what we're used to seeing. So I wondered what the process was. Poppy was terrific, all of them are. Bob Woods, so different from the characterizations we saw on the shows, the different soaps they're on. So I just wondered what the process was in letting them develop the wonderful characters, the many layered characters.
Having worked in daytime for 20 years, and it's been a privilege and a blessing, you're working within confines. That's how I go in and I do my spin on things, but at the end of the day, it's a very well-oiled machine, and they know how they want their characters to be represented. I like to have these actors take the script and I've said to them, you don't need to stay on word, you don't need to stay on book. I need the story told. And they came in. I say this, but they didn't need direction at all. They came in with those characters. Nadia came in with the pink dress and the pink dress, and Beth came in with her. Woods came in with his character. They all came in and did their own thing. I did not have to say a word to them. Michelle Stafford called me because the character of Lauren was going to be a little bit different. And she called me and said, I really think it should be like this. And I said, okay. And it was a completely different take on it. It was great. What she did was fantastic. So I get caught up in watching the actors. So that when I'm in a scene, I'm like, I'm of course fucking actor on my show. And I'm like, oh, you're so interesting. It's totally like thrown. But it is different. And they love doing it. I'm happy to say that at the end of every shoot, people are like, when's the next one? So I feel very, very lucky.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Let me interrupt you for just a second. Put your mouth like right on the microphone so we can hear you.
Since I started meditating, since you suggested it to me, I've been locking myself